Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of City Skylines 2. Today we are going to be going over how to build a custom gas station in your city, such as like the one that we have right here. There is going to be a few things that you do need in your game, so let's get those out of the way. That way we can jump into the build. The first thing that you're going to need is the plop the growables. This is going to give you the static ploppable zoned buildings, which we're going to definitely need because that's where this guy is situated at. We're also going to need the Find It mod. This is going to give you access to different vehicles and stuff that you can find. We're then going to need the extra assets mod, which will then give us the ability to have the surfaces and net lanes. We're going to need those at some point, so make sure you have those. We're also going to need some extra decals because this gives us our parking spaces. And then most importantly, you're going to need a spot in your city, and if you want to be cautious about things, you should have Move It. These are all things that I would recommend you just have in your game at all times because it's going to make your life a lot easier. But once we have those all figured out, let's jump over here into the stack ploppable zoned building, and we're going to go to the commercial load tab. Make sure that you have the North American style architecture selected, or you're not going to be able to find what we need. Scroll the whole ways to the bottom of the North American list, and you're going to get the one-stop shop station. This is going to resemble a normal gas station that you see across America. It's going to have some size to it, so just be prepared for that. I normally like setting this stuff along main roads for the fact of that's normally where you see it, or near commercial areas. These guys tend to pop up near commercial areas because they know that there's going to be traffic in those areas. So we might pop this guy right here, or maybe right by the corner. We'll say right here we'll get this guy set down, right next to the park. So whenever you place this down, you're going to see that it just sets it right on top of the grass. This is where the other mods come into play. We're going to jump into the extra assets, we're going to go over to surfaces, we're going to select pavement surface 2. We're going to then draw this out to the desired length that we want it. So we'll go over to the side of this bus stop. We'll make sure that's locked up with the 90-90. And I don't know if we'll go the whole ways down to the end, but we'll get that locked out in that square there. We'll leave this pretty much closed off over here. We might do something with it at some other point. Now with the better bulldozer mod, we're going to delete these trees here. It was almost like I wasn't able to say that there for a second. And get those off of the property lines here. And now this is where you're going to be able to do a little bit of just what you want. So we can plop into the decal section, and there's a few ways that you can go. There is a large parking lot decal that you can use. This can stem the whole ways up the side of the lot here. So we'll place one there, and we'll place one around the back area here. And we'll leave that a little bit open, or maybe we can throw in our own spots. So that might be something that we're able to do. So if we scroll down, there might be a 3 spot that we can put in. And then we can just get this lined up. And there we go, plopped right on the line. And then we can actually take this guy and move it where we need it. And now we got a line of parking spaces over here that can get put down. And then we can add a few more up front. We'll take this longer lot decal 3. We'll stick it up near the front of the building then. We'll do the same thing on that side. They're not straight, so let's fix that. Plop them down a little too quick there. So there we go. And if you want to be really intricate with this stuff, you can use the Move It tool. This is where the Move It tool really comes into play. So that might be a time when you want to use it. And then we'll come over here on the side, and we will, I guess we'll use the same lot decal here. I don't know if we want to use the large one. We could probably use the large one and do it this way. So we're actually going to have 2 of those spots butt up with that and get that like that. Okay, so now that we got that all in there, we can come to the parking decals, the road markings, and road assets. This is going to give you some cracks and stuff that you can put throughout your parking lot. So you might put something like that in the middle of the parking lot. I know that there's a ton of parking lots near us that have too much going on with cracking asphalt and not getting fixed. That's sometimes why the sheets lots are the preferable to me. So, and then we're also going to see if we can have a handicap marking, but it looks like we do not have handicap markings in here. There we go. Handicap parking display. We'll actually get this one right on this edge. We actually would probably have to remove this decal. And let's do this. We'll add in that handicap marking there, and then we'll add in a 3 parking spot parking piece there. So now you got your handicap spot and your 3-piece. We might be able to get a 3-piece and another handicap parking spot over here if we want to, but I'm going to let it be. We got some ground decals as well if you really want to make this pop out. You can download these and do certain things with your parking lot to make it look like it has actual grass edges or like it's falling apart in the parking lot style. So that's something that you can go with as well. There's sand, there's texturized pieces. But yeah, it could definitely make it look like you have a parking lot going on. There's roadside. Let me see if there's one that's actually, there we go. So you can make something like that work. But we're going to leave it be. If we want to put a little bit more detail to it, we might throw down just some more spots of it being cracked. Like that. But we'll leave that be. The last thing that you need to do is you need to make this place look lively. So if you really wanted to, you can do net lanes and have an ability for vehicles to drive in here and park. I do not have that mod installed, mostly because I don't think I'm ready for it, and I don't think I know how I would actually be able to use it. So I just do not. Eventually, at one point, I will probably design these so that vehicles come in and go out and don't just sit at the parking spots. But for now, you can pop over into the Find It. You can go over to the Vehicles tab and then start selecting the certain vehicles that you want. And I normally just pop a few down to some parking spots, make it look like some people were here. And then you can also get down at the pumps a few vehicles down in the pumps as well. So you might have a truck and then a Mustang there, it looks like, an older school truck over here like a hot rod. Just get these guys that all came to go shopping. Put a minivan here in the handicap spot. Just make it look like there's some traffic and things going on. Maybe put somebody that doesn't know how to park, they're a little crooked, but you can definitely get this all situated to make it look like there is some life going on at this gas station. And then we could throw a delivery van prop that's up over here sort of by the door to go ahead and unload things, and maybe a motorcycle. Somebody brought their motorcycle here and they're just parked out over here. So you get that all situated, make it look a little bit realistic, like there's some life going on to it. And in the end, you end up getting a gas station that goes within your realistic city. So there's how to make a gas station in your City Skylines 2 city. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. If you want to see some more of these, Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the notification bells. Get a notification every time I go live or post a video. I appreciate all your guys' support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I've been Chase, and I'm out. Peace.